Hello everyone and welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year. It's me Tom here today, and today we are taking a look at one of the Christmas presents I received, which is some of the Snap Squad Attitudes line. Now I know we usually take a closer look at the Snap Squad figures. I haven't picked any of these guys up, to be honest with you, so I'm really excited to now have quite a good assortment of them in hand. We've got 7 of them, I think. 8 of them, actually, to take a closer look at. So we will be doing that in this video. And you can see my hands. I'm actually recording this more as a raw video than a sort of heavily edited video. So let me know what style you prefer. I've been looking back over the videos we've done the last couple of years. I'm really wanted to put something together that's a little bit more organic for you guys. So as I say, do let me know what you prefer, and we shall get straight into taking a look at these figures. So as you can see, really good assortment there. Not gonna lie to you, I am getting my thumbnail there we go. And you can see, to start with, we have got the Dimorphodon. So you get this slightly different packaging for them. Darker red backdrop, same Jurassic World logo, same Camp Cretaceous branding. You get this new Snap Squad Attitudes logo in the top corner, little demonstration, and then all of the usual sort of legal content we expect on the back of these. Now if we take this one out of the packaging, you can see still quite nice and simple to take out. And there we have the Dimorphodon. So the Dimorphodon kind of squinting here. You can see we can open the figure up and it does have sharp teeth. Not sure how accurate that is there, but there we go. You get this kind of green patterning, these lime green eyes, dark green details for what appear to be feathers on the back. Actually, they do have all of the detailing that you'd expect from feathers. Green highlights for the wings, which are obviously loose. And then the little characteristic of the tail there as well. Just struggling to focus on that a little bit there. So looks pretty good in terms of the Dimorphodon. Quite like this one actually. You've got some underbelly paintwork on there. Quite a cool little figure. You can see snaps pretty easily. I could see little ones getting their hands caught on the wings, but it's not awful. It's not awful at all. So, pretty decent addition in the form of the Dimorphodon. What should we go on to next? Let's go for the Mosasaurus. So the Mosasaurus, obviously a figure that did release in the original Snap Squad assortment as well, but here you can see the Snap Squad Attitudes version. So this feels like a reuse of the same sculpt. It feels like they've just repainted the eyeballs slightly to add more characteristics to it, as you can see there. You do get a lot of nice paint on the side of this one, or not a lot I should say, but rather enough to give it a nice pattern. And you do get this kind of black back with a sort of aquatic grey colour for the rest of the body, which really helps it to pop there. Looks good, you can see. Sits well, and has got the snap as we've come to expect it. So that's the Mosasaur, another cool addition undoubtedly. Then if we keep moving forwards to the Velociraptor, again we always get a lot of Velociraptors, but it's nice having an Attitudes version of one. If we get the scissors in there, I know you'll probably be cringing at me right now for ruining the paint apps, but oh, what have I managed to do there? Interesting. We will cut that and just remove that there. So this is where the cartoony nature of the Attitudes line really comes to show. You can see a really angry looking Velociraptor there. Really not happy to just exist, really. It's an interesting look if we get that to focus. Very, very cartoony, characteristic, almost has a caricature style feel to it, but I think it works quite well. You have it in this dark orange colour scheme, it's got browns on the head and the back. We've got these nice sort of matte black claws, if I can get them to focus, there we go. And it looks pretty good, all things considered. I think you're either going to love or hate this line. And if you love it for the characteristics they're putting in here, then this is really the kind of figure that you're going to want from this line, where it's quite exaggerated, has quite a specific appearance to it. Next, we are getting through this list here, folks. If we bring the rest of them in, we have got the Triceratops. Now, the Triceratops was a personal favourite in the previous Snap Squad assortment. Really, really like this figure, and this appears to be actually quite a terrifying looking retool. So you can see we've got teeth on show here, a more aggressive looking Triceratops, not something that we traditionally see. Not sure something that I'm a fan of, really. Looks a bit monstrous when you snap the crest there. And I will say this is probably the hardest one to get a snap from so far. The crest kind of slips under your thumb a little bit. Might be because I've got big hands, and maybe a kid would do this a lot easier. But definitely worth noting. So you can see cool sort of reddish paint apps for the crest. On the back there as well. Looks pretty good, not much to say about the trike. Would have liked a different colour here, but it's not awful. It looks decent enough. So that's 4 down, 4 to go. Next up we have got the Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus, one I don't believe we got in the previous Snap Squad iteration, so quite happy to have one here. And as you can see, if I get it to focus, a really nice looking one. I think the kind of more sort of miffed look for this one, passive aggressive look they've gone for, suits the Stegosaurus sculpt really, really well actually. Looks really good. You can see we can open the jaw a little bit. Got some teeth on show there, but not many. And then you have those traditional back spikes, which have got some nice colour work packed into them. You of course have the Thagomizer, which is so important for a Stegosaurus. And overall, another nice looking addition to the Snap Squad Attitudes line. 3 to go, Spinosaurus, T-Rex, Baryonyx. We'll go with the Baryonyx next, so we can square these two off at the end. So the Baryonyx, one which I believe we saw twice at least, possibly 3 times in the original line, appears to be the exact same sculpt. So don't know what they're really going for with this one. It feels like they did want to reuse some sculpts here, and so you get a figure which doesn't look particularly different. It's a nice colour scheme, not really reminiscent of any of the animals in Camp Cretaceous or anything like that. It is just a yellow and brown Baryonyx. You can see when the teeth open up, looks quite good. All things considered, not an awful figure, but not my favourite from this lineup of 8. 2 left, which should we go with first? Should we go T-Rex, Spino? I think we have to end on the T-Rex, so we'll go for the Spino. So the Spino, I will say as I cut this one out here, really like the colour scheme choice they made here. You can see, comes in this kind of reddish brown with these nice green highlights, sort of like lime green, looks really good. Black for the toenails, this nice passive aggressive look again. You get the opening jaw, and again all of the colours that you'd really come to expect. You can snap it and it looks pretty good. I have to admit the Spinosaurus is another good one. Again, think it is just a slight retool as opposed to a whole new sculpt, but it works decently enough for what the Snap Squad Attitudes line is trying to do. And lastly, but by no means least, we have the T-Rex. I believe we received around 3 of these beforehand. I think we got the Lost World version, a metallic one, and the original one. And this is kind of what you've come to expect from a T-Rex. Looks quite concerned, which is quite funny for a T-Rex actually. Has the normal opening teeth, some jagged teeth here, a bit more spaced out, which looks quite cool. And it can snap. And you can see, again there, dark brown highlights on the back. Kind of similar colour scheme to a Lost World version. Almost feels like a JP3 one actually. And some cool dark details for the toenails. Nice to see the toenail paint returning for this assortment. And then just there, if the camera wants to focus on it, there we go. Nice looking Rex. So, if we bring this full assortment back in, might take a couple of minutes here just to line them all up. Oh, the Velociraptor has gone for a tumble. But you can see, there you go, fairly decent look at all of them. I can bring it out a little bit. Overall, really happy with the Snap Squad Attitudes assortment. Are they as accurate as the original animals? No, of course not. They're designed to be slightly different. And I think the different design they've gone for here does work rather well. Looks like a pair of really awesome, or a group even, of really awesome animals. And I'm happy to have them in the collection. I think it's going to be very hit or miss. If you enjoy sort of cartoonish things, then you're really going to like what this assortment here offers. But equally, if you don't, then really what you get here are a couple of accurate sculpts every wave, and the rest are ones which you perhaps would avoid. But with all of that said, not awful at all. Like I say, good assortment and glad I have them. Big thanks to my mum for picking them up for me. So with all of that said, that's been this review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've got a lot of exciting plans for Jurassic collectibles in 2022, so do stay tuned. We are now in the year of Jurassic World Dominion, and until the next video guys, as always, take care and have a great week.